Jesus is God, using only the Apostle John, the Apostle Paul, and the prophet Isaiah, all from the King James Bible, KJB. Proof from the Apostle John 1. Jesus is the Word, and the Word is God. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Small blue diamond. Why is this important? The Word, Jesus, is eternal, was with God, and is God. John 1:14, and the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. Small blue diamond. This proves that Jesus, the Word, became flesh and lived among us. He is God in human form. 2. Jesus is the I Am, Jehovah, John 8:58. Jesus said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am. Why is this important? Jesus calls himself, I am, the name God used in Exodus 3 verse 14. The Jews understood this as a claim to be God and tried to stone him, John 8 verse 59. 3. Thomas calls Jesus, my Lord and my God, John 20:28. And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my God. Why is this important? Jesus did not correct Thomas because what he said was true. Jesus is God. 4. Jesus and the Father are one. John 10:30, I and my Father are one. John 10:33, the Jews answered him, saying, For a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, makest thyself God. Why is this important? Jesus claims oneness with the Father, and the Jews understood he was claiming to be God, so they tried to stone him. Proof from the Apostle Paul 5. Jesus is the Creator. Colossians 1:16-17, For by him were all things created, that are in heaven, and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Why is this important? Genesis 1 verse 1 says, In the beginning, God created. But here, Paul says Jesus created everything. If Jesus is the Creator, he is God. 6. Jesus is the fullness of God. Colossians 2:9. For in him dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily. Why is this important? Jesus is not just a part of God, he is fully God in bodily form. 7. Jesus is God manifest in the flesh. 1 Timothy 3:16, and without controversy great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh, justified in the Spirit, seen of angels, preached unto the Gentiles, believed on in the world, received up into glory. Why is this important? Paul directly says, God was manifest in the flesh. Jesus is that manifestation, God in human form. 8. Jesus is called God by the Father, Hebrews 1:8. But unto the Son he saith, Thy throne, O God, is for ever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. Why is this important? God the Father calls Jesus, O God, proof that Jesus is divine. Proof from the prophet Isaiah 9. Jesus is God with us, Emmanuel, Isaiah 7:14, Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign, Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Matthew 1:23 fulfillment, Behold, a virgin shall be with child and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. Why is this important? Isaiah prophesied that the Messiah's name would be Emmanuel, which means God with us. Matthew confirms that Jesus is the fulfillment of this prophecy. 10. Jesus is the mighty God. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Why is this important? This prophecy is about Jesus, the Son, and he is called the Mighty God. This means Jesus is not just a man, he is fully God. 11. Jesus is the first and the last. Isaiah 44:6. Thus saith the Lord the King of Israel, and his Redeemer the Lord of hosts, I am the first and I am the last, and beside me there is no God. Revelation 1:17-18. Jesus speaking, Fear not, I am the first and the last, I am he that liveth and was dead, and behold, I am alive for evermore. Amen, and have the keys of hell and of death. Why is this important? Isaiah says only God is the first and the last. Jesus uses the exact same title in Revelation, showing he is the same God Isaiah spoke about. Conclusion. The Bible clearly teaches that Jesus is God. Using only the Apostle John, Apostle Paul and the prophet Isaiah, we see that Jesus is the Word and the Word is God, John 1 verses 1 and 14. Jesus is the I Am, John 8 verse 58. Jesus is worshipped as God, John 20 verse 28. Jesus is one with the Father, John 10 verses 30 to 33. Jesus is the Creator, Colossians 1 verses 16 to 17. Jesus is the fullness of the Godhead bodily, Colossians 2 verse 9. Jesus is God manifest in the flesh, 1 Timothy 3 verse 16. Jesus is called, O God, by the Father, Hebrews 1 verse 8. Jesus is Emmanuel, God with us, Isaiah 7 verse 14, Matthew 1 verse 23. Jesus is the mighty God, Isaiah 9 verse 6. Jesus is the first and the last, Isaiah 44 verse 6, Revelation 1 verses 17 to 18.